Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT, and tonight we are kicking us off with some more Money in the Bank qualifying matches for Stand and Deliver, which is just officially 3 weeks away. And tonight it's going to be a tag team matchup where the winning team will go on to Stand and Deliver in that men's Money in the Bank matchup. So this matchup will consist of Wesley and Nathan Frazier, the future here of NXT, taking on this newly formed duo, Baron Corbin and Tony D'Angelo, the family. We'll see how Tony D'Angelo, your NXT North American champion, and Baron Corbin will fare in tag team action. But like we mentioned, most of this night, ladies and gentlemen, from top to bottom, will be all about qualifying for that Money in the Bank matchup, as also we're building up to a bunch of big matches, especially your main event tonight. Pretty Deadly looks to finish off the best of 5 series. They are up 2-1 on the Diamond Mine. Will they, if with a win tonight, they will win the best out of 5 and go on to NXT Stand and Deliver to take on the Undisputed Tag Team Champions. But that's only if they win tonight. As now here comes Nathan Frazier, a very, very big superstar here in NXT. A handful of opportunities, but I think when you think of some of these superstars, I believe, give them more opportunities. I think certainly they very well can take over this business. It's going to take some time, and especially this young man has been trained by Seth Rollins. They're in the Black and Brave Academy, so we'll see how Nathan Frazier will continue his lovely career. And if you guys are new to the series, on Monday Night Raw, we actually heard from Triple H in the terms of after WrestleMania, after everything is done and over with, after both WrestleManias, Stand and Deliver is all over and done with, on Monday Night Raw, the night after WrestleMania, everyone will be considered a free agent. So a lot of these superstars that we're seeing in this ring very well could be on Raw and SmackDown, or they very well could be brought back to NXT. It is just depending on what the general managers want to do for their respective brands. It's almost essentially like a reset for a lot of these. A lot of these GMs, they get into this business, or they get, assigned to a brand, or they pick a certain brand, and it's like, okay, hey, well, I don't like this superstar. This wasn't something I would be drafting, or, a certain strategy to what they would bring to the roster. And, well, Triple H is given the general managers, whoever they might be, as of right now, it sounds like it's all going to be the same. Shawn Michaels on Raw, Adam Pearce on NXT, and JBL on SmackDown. But we'll wait and see if that is for sure finalized. We have 3 weeks still to confirm that. But every single superstar, even champions, will be free agents. So everything's going to be very chaotic the night after WrestleMania. As the referee rings the bell. But as always, it will be chaotic. The night after WrestleMania is always chaotic. And you can see some of these superstars taking their talents to Raw and even SmackDown, and like I even mentioned just moments ago, even bring them back here to NXT. Certainly Adam Pearce would love to have probably some of these younger guys still, and certainly Pearce, having worked with a lot of those other guys growing up before joining WWE, certainly there might be a certain direction Pearce may want to go in the division, especially tag teams, what championships he wants on his show. So it's just going to be really depending on the general managers, but they have to pick very, very carefully, because if they don't, you might run yourself into issues with certain divisions. And also what Triple H said, that there will be no superstar shakeups until after SummerSlam. And that's going to be a long time after WrestleMania. So these guys are definitely going to have to make sure their picks are used wisely. It's a strong kick out from Baron Corbin. And for Baron Corbin, he is technically a former Mr. Money in the Bank winner. He took the Money in the Bank briefcase away from Finn Balor in a one-on-one contest. Corbin would ultimately fail cashing in on his attempt. Also, Wesley is a former Mr. Money in the Bank. He actually won the NXT Money in the Bank matchup last year, but ultimately Rusev, who was on NXT at that time, didn't believe Wesley was a main eventer. He didn't believe Wesley really deserved to be holding that briefcase, and Wesley would continue to get attacked from Rusev, and Wesley said, hey, how about this? How about we stop attacking me from behind and have an actual wrestling matchup? And, you know, if you defeat me, so be it. But if I win, I'm going to continue to hold this briefcase. And, well, obviously we all know the outcome. Rusev defeated Wesley and would become the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. As now Frazier, oh my goodness, nice springboard bulldog, takes down the family's Tony D'Angelo. And of course, part of the family, you got to have some muscle. And with Tony D'Angelo recruiting Baron Corbin, certainly that's going to be pretty big for the group. And how big would it be for Tony D'Angelo and Baron Corbin to make it into that Money in the Bank matchup coming very, very soon there at Stand and Deliver? Big opportunity for both men. Obviously, it would be every man for himself, but certainly you got to believe Corbin would try to help out Tony D'Angelo as much as he can to make sure he walks out with that Money in the Bank briefcase. I said think, I don't know. So it's always about those opportunities. You might get selfish in those times. As now Wesley going to get the hot tag. Oh, and a big kick to the face there. Takes down the big man. So what Wesley needs to do, keep Baron Corbin down on the mat, because it's not going to be easy to pick up a man like Baron Corbin. Here we go, off the ropes, showing them both agility from both superstars. And a big takedown there from Wesley. Very underrated to what he brings to the table, as Corbin able to kick out before his tag team partner able to break it up for him. Uh-oh, one-handed choke slam there to Wesley, turning him inside out. And regarding the other Money in the Bank matches tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be seeing plenty more still to come. Oh, he's not done. Tony D'Angelo going to look for that swinging neck breaker there to Wesley. Is this it? 2. No, Wesley at the last second. Tony D'Angelo like, come on, ref, count a little bit faster for me. But like I mentioned, the other Money in the Bank qualifying matches tonight, as we're going to see Andre Chase of Chase U. He'll be taking on Damon Kemp one-on-one later on tonight. As well, for the women's division, we're going to see 2 rivals. We could say former rivals, or a rivalry that just never ended. You're going to see Piper Niven taking on Sonya Deville later on tonight to see who will qualify for that Money in the Bank matchup. As well as Blair Davenport takes on JC Jane of Toxic Attraction later on tonight. All of those will have Money in the Bank qualifying stipulations to them. And then obviously the main event, Pretty Deadly versus Diamond Mine. Pretty Deadly looks to put away Diamond Mine and head themselves to Stand and Deliver to take on the Undisputed Era. Is now Wesley going to get himself back in this matchup? It's all about mind games now. It seems like back and forth we go between both superstars. Wesley bouncing off the ropes here, connecting with almost, I guess you could call it like a springboard Pele attack, because it didn't work out in his favor. It was more of a handspring takedown, but certainly, just enough to take down Baron Corbin. And now here comes Nathan Frazier, going to be looking to use his agility and speed here to take it to Baron Corbin. Like I mentioned, bright future for Wesley and Nathan Frazier. Yes, it hasn't been the career Wesley has wanted to start out with, but you could say the same thing about the current Undisputed Champion and also the current SmackDown Tag Team Champion, Sami Zayn, there on SmackDown. His career hasn't certainly started out the best when he first was here in WWE, but now he's on top of the world. He's going on to main event WrestleMania against one of the best that we have here in WWE, as what a handspring Pele kick from the corner takes down Corbin. Is this it? 2. Oh, Corbin grabbing the rope at the very last second. But Sami Zayn does take on AJ Styles in the main event of WrestleMania. Man, this is going to be it's going to be a great WrestleMania. There's so much stuff lining up, ladies and gentlemen, and I can only imagine what it will look like once we finalize the card and we're able to tell you what to expect. Anything from Drew McIntyre and Shawn Michaels, that's going to be a good matchup. And then when we come back to NXT Stand and Deliver, being Malachi Black and Sting inside of a Hell in a Cell matchup. Pretty crazy to even believe that's going to actually happen. Plus Kenny Omega, Jay White undefeated, going to look to walk out of NXT Stand and Deliver, not only undefeated, but also the NXT champion. Going to have to defeat one of the best of the best. And last week here, it was such a brutal attack by the hands of Jay White. last week Kenny Omega was in the ring wrestling Adam Cole in the main event. Kenny Omega would walk out victorious, but after the matchup, Jay White would come out of nowhere, attack Kenny Omega, and then throw him through a table that was set up by, we can confirm, was set up by Adam Page, ladies and gentlemen. And then certainly Jay White would not stop from there and would continue to beat down Omega, as Omega is not here tonight, and I don't know if Jay White will be necessarily saying anything, as, oh, wait a minute, Nathan Frazier, what is he thinking? Uh-oh, is he thinking superplex? No, not with Baron Corbin. Oh my goodness, and he's not done yet. Oh my goodness. What a freaking maneuver. That honestly could be it. And it is. What a way to end the matchup. Nathan Frazier, that's what I'm telling you, so underrated. And able to do something the size of Baron Corbin like that. A superplex, turns it into like a silencer maneuver, just like that part right there. And that right there was enough to put away Baron Corbin and company. And Wesley, he's busted open, but it is worth it because both of these men are heading to Stand and Deliver. Cannot wait to see how these two high-flying superstars will be inside of that ladder matchup. And as now we continue, ladies and gentlemen, as here comes Chase University's own Andre Chase and Duke Hudson of Chase U. It'll be a big opportunity for Andre Chase to try to qualify for Stand and Deliver's Money in the Bank matchup. We just saw Wesley and Nathan Frazier being added to that matchup. Also, last week we had Will Ospreay qualify with a win over Cesaro. Big time matchup there. So certainly, ladies and gentlemen, with a lot of these matches, you're getting a little bit of everything. You're getting Will Ospreay, considered one of the best in the entire world wrestling wise, and then you're seeing a lot of younger guys that are coming in this business trying to make a name for themselves and ultimately looking to change their career. Andre Chase could very well do it, and especially having that Money in the Bank briefcase to hold around, teach his students and staff and everything that he has for that university. Andre Chase very well could, have plenty of classes on strategicness on the Money in the Bank briefcases over the years, especially the likes of Wesley. Also, Johnny Gargano, a former NXT Money in the Bank winner. It didn't work out for Johnny Gargano in his cash-in attempt, so we'll see if the winner can kind of change up the chances of winning that NXT championship. Or I guess you could challenge for whatever men's championship you really want to, but certainly winning that NXT championship, certainly that's the equivalent to Raw's World Heavyweight Championship, SmackDown's Undisputed Championship, but we've seen a lot of big names win that NXT North American Championship. A lot of superstars going through that NXT North American Championship division to really get a feel of the whole roster. And, well, like I mentioned, a lot of big names have held that over the years and then would go on to branch out to the NXT Championship division. So we'll see how that fares in the future. But here we go, Andre Chase, Damon Kemp. Let's see who advances here. Match is started. I got a big question for Andre Chase. How is this man able to wrestle comfy in those type of clothes? No offense to Andre Chase. It's just in the terms of wearing what you wear in a classroom like that. You'd like to see someone wear something athletic wear of sorts, like what Duke Hudson, his teammate, would be wearing. But certainly, I guess as long as Andre Chase is comfortable, that's all that matters, and is able to advance to WrestleMania weekend and get into that Stand and Deliver matchup. And like we mentioned, with all these superstars, it's going to be pending free agents. Where will teams go? Where will Chase University go? Will they come back here to NXT? Will they go to Raw or SmackDown? And like I mentioned, does the general manager want to take all of Chase U? Do they just want to take Andre Chase? Where Chase might have to start a whole different academy, a whole new university on a whole different brand. And same for Damon Kemp, a pure wrestling superstar that very well could be, honestly, work out quite well for JBL, or even possibly as a Frankensteiner reversal there from Damon Kemp. or even Shawn Michaels. So, I mean, these guys are not only fighting for a Money in the Bank briefcase spot, but they're also fighting to show, ladies and gentlemen, that they should be a high pick. And also, like we mentioned, part of that WWE draft, we're making everyone a free agent here in WWE. If you are not drafted, let's hold on to that thought here. Pinfall. Ooh, Damon Kemp able to kick out. But if you don't get drafted in the WWE draft, you are allowed to sign wherever you would like, Raw, NXT, or SmackDown. So that kind of gives a little bit of everything when it comes to options. And it's going to be very hard to sign everybody to rosters early on. There might be a bunch of superstars that'd be like, oh, hey, how aren't they picked? Or, oh, I wonder when they're going to go next. So it's certainly a lot of stuff up in the air for a lot of these superstars. As now Damon Kemp with a big scoop slam there to Andre Chase. And Damon Kemp in just phenomenal shape, man. A pure wrestler's wrestler right now. Oh, but Andre Chase fighting back. Big elbow to the temple. But back and forth we go. Both these superstars know how big of an opportunity this is. And man, I think this might come back to eat up Damon Kemp right now. Seems like he's rubbing it in the face of this whole entire WWE universe here in NXT. Just keeps on showboating. He feels like he's on cloud 9. He believes he has Andre Chase right where he wants him. But let's see if Mr. Andre Chase can get himself back in this matchup. Oh my goodness. Nice flatliner there. Takes down Damon Kemp. Is this it? No. Kemp continues to fight. How much more can this man take? And now Chase. Oh. Rolling out of the way, I believe Damon Kemp must have saw something that must have triggered Kemp to able to move out the way and then eventually capitalize with that vicious elbow strike. Still to come, ladies and gentlemen, though, tonight we still have Blair Davenport versus JC Jane. Money in the Bank women's qualifying matchup. Also, Rissy Piper Niven versus Sonya Deville. We'll see how that matchup goes in a Money in the Bank qualifier matchup. That's been a feud that's been, in the past, but certainly being brought back to life here tonight is Damon Kemp with a frog splash halfway across the ring. Is this it? No, Chase kicks out at the very last second. Kemp trying to pull out everything out of his repertoire here. And now going to go for the underhook power slam. What a maneuver. Almost like a underhook suplex neck breaker. And it is enough. Damon Kemp, very impressive tonight. There was some weakness in this match we saw with him, kind of being full of himself. But as long as you get the victory, you can be all full of yourself as you want. As now Damon Kemp is joining a massive field. Wesley, Nathan Frazier, Will Ospreay, and Damon Kemp adding himself to that impressive field. We'll see how Kemp fares at Stand and Deliver. Up next here is Blair Davenport looking to get herself in to Stand and Deliver. Only thing she's going to have to do is defeat JC Jane, a part of Toxic Attraction. We know last week Gigi Dolan was able to pick up a big win over the debut of Lyra Valkyria last week. But JC Jane did help out quite a bit to save Gigi Dolan in that matchup. And we'll see if maybe Gigi Dolan can do the same thing for her tag team partner and continue to interrupt this matchup enough times to where it will help out JC Jane if she needs to. Certainly a massive matchup being underway here. Just trying to get that opportunity to really have yourself a breakout moment. Yes, we've seen the men's and women's breakout tournaments, but certainly getting to WrestleMania weekend, participating in NXT Stand and Deliver. This is NXT's WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. A lot will be going on for sure. And certainly with grabbing that Money in the Bank briefcase, certainly you got to believe that will change their career for the better. because you get up to a whole year, up to the next year's NXT Stand and Deliver WrestleMania weekend to possibly cash that in. A lot of superstars, they like to not hold it very long. There's a handful of superstars that will hold it until half of the year, but I have not seen someone hold it until the very, very end. And will it be this year that we see somebody actually do that? You know, it'll be a question we'll find out once we get to that point, I guess. But here comes Toxic Attractions, JC Jane and Gigi Dolan. Multi-time women's tag team champions, and now one of these women, if JC Jane were to win tonight, one of these women were to grab that Money in the Bank briefcase, certainly they very well could be your next women's champion. But certainly I mean, if they continue to work quite well together, especially as a tag team, they've done quite well, and going in their singles way as of right now, or at least letting their partner get a taste of that singles division, has worked quite well. And like I mentioned just moments ago, if JC Jane is able to get supported by Gigi Dolan like we just saw last week, certainly there shouldn't be a problem with JC Jane advancing to that Money in the Bank briefcase matchup there at Stand and Deliver. But like I said, it's all about moments. It's all about what is going to be best for you. Could you imagine if Gigi Dolan, for some stupid reason, wouldn't want to help out her tag team partner? How crazy that would be. But I doubt that would happen. As here we go, Blair Davenport, JC Jane, one-on-one. Here we go. Oh, big haymaker. Here comes Blair Davenport. Those big strikes, and now Blair going to connect with a brutal DDT, spiking JC Jane there. Could be an early matchup very, very quickly. And oh goodness, again to the forehead. Might be an early exit for JC Jane. Blair coming out here with a strategy, attacking the head. Obviously, if you're going to be knocked out, there certainly won't be any possibilities of you to even stay in this matchup. Look at these kicks. We know how dangerous Blair can be, but we're seeing that more aggressive side coming out of her right now as usual. That joint manipulation there into the big stomp right to the back there. Both of her knees just right to that lower back. Certainly JC Jane's going to try to use that power game you would assume later in this matchup, but if Blair can attack that lower back to where she can't pick up her opponent, she's going to have to pick a different strategy. Because right now, Blair is taking it to JC Jane. And now, Blair high risk, high reward situation. Blair now flying cross body, takes down JC Jane. Could see a big win, but no. JC Jane with a strong kick out keeps herself in this matchup momentarily. I was going to say, that's what JC Jane needs to do, and oh goodness. Being a little bit more aggressive there was JC Jane, or I should say Blair Davenport, and now JC Jane can get herself back in this matchup, try to mount some kind of offense right now. And hopefully that suicide dive through the second rope won't cost Blair Davenport this matchup. She was doing quite well this whole time, but now you just gave JC Jane a big opportunity to get herself back in this matchup. And you don't want to give any member of Toxic Attraction any type of leeway to get themselves back in this matchup. And now JC going to continue to take it to Blair Davenport. We'll see if we end this matchup in a count out. Will JC Jane go back outside there? Uh-oh. We could be moments away, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to see a count out victory here? And we do. JC Jane knocked out Blair Davenport just enough. Not the way you wanted to have it. Those kicks stunned Blair Davenport enough. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, JC Jane is going to Stand and Deliver with her tag team partner. Not the best matchup to see how that went down, but a win is a win. Blair Davenport very upset at ringside, but congratulations to Toxic Attraction. That's a damn shame how that matchup went down. Blair Davenport was dominating that matchup. JC Jane was able to really turn it on to her momentum due to, obviously, Blair missing that suicide dive, and then JC Jane would attack her multiple times outside there, and Blair Davenport just wasn't really the same after that. So hopefully Piper Niven making her way down the ring, but hopefully for Blair Davenport, she'll be checked out backstage there. Hopefully everything's okay, but she was very slow. She was definitely out of it due to that count out. So we'll, if there's any news, we'll try to update on you, but I'm being told that for sure right now from my headset here that she is being tended to in the locker room area by our doctors and our physicians to really see if Blair is for sure okay. But now we have ourselves a rivalry coming back to a head as Piper Niven takes on Sonya Deville. Piper and Sonya know each other quite well. They were former women's tag team champions. Certainly didn't go the way that they wanted it. They lost the tag team championship matchup. Sonya would go on to betray Piper Niven and, well, would bring in Chelsea Green. Piper and Chelsea would go at it. Piper and Sonya would go at it as well. And there would even be a point there at one of the NXT Premium Live events where Sonya Deville would make sure that Piper wouldn't even be defending her NXT Women's Championship in that triple threat matchup where it was Piper Niven defending the championship against Roxanne and Cora Jade. That's when we saw Cora Jade walk out with the Women's Championship. But tonight, the rivalry comes to a head. We'll see if it will continue into the following year. As here we go, Piper Niven, Sonya Deville, Money in the Bank matchup. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. And see the aggressiveness coming out of Piper Niven, trying to take it to Sonya Deville. This is her moment. Piper wants to hold on to that NXT Women's Championship once again here. But I do have a big question with the WWE draft going on. Does Sonya and Chelsea Green stay together? And also, for the people that win the Money in the Bank briefcases for their respective brands in those matches at Stand and Deliver and at WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2, let's say they get drafted to another brand. Do they take that briefcase and bring it over here to their new prospective brand? So let's say Sonya Deville wins this matchup. She goes to Stand and Deliver, becomes the Miss Money in the Bank for NXT, but then she gets drafted over to, let's say, SmackDown. How would that work? Would they just exchange the Money in the Bank briefcases with whoever from the other brand? It's big questions that will have to get answered once we get there to that point. But everyone will be a free agent. Teams could be separated. You never know how that may go down. But like I mentioned, it's going to be an absolutely big moment, something new for everybody, as Sonya with a big knee strike right to the temple. That honestly could be enough to put Piper down, but no, Piper will continue to fight. And luckily, Chelsea Green, hopefully I don't say this too loud, but hopefully she doesn't get involved in this matchup, as right now Sonya Deville taking it to Piper Niven at this very moment. Here, Piper trying to fight back, trying to deal with those headshots from Sonya Deville. And Piper trying to get this crowd behind her, but Sonya again right back up to her feet very quickly. And now, I think she was going for a spear. But Piper, luckily for her, she was able to dive out of it, or move out of the way, pardon me. But for Piper, I think she's being too nonchalant right now. She's not sticking it to Sonya Deville. Deville's been more aggressive. After Piper Niven will connect with the maneuver, she kind of takes her time and whatnot. And that's not what you want to do when you're in a big-time qualifying matchup like we're seeing right here. No. What a vicious maneuver taking down Piper Niven and Sonya. Going to talk to Chelsea Green just for a quick second. Come back inside the ring, and let's see if she can capitalize again. Oh, let's see what Piper's thinking. Oh my goodness, a Canadian destroyer there out of nowhere. Taking it to Deville. Is this it? No, strong kick out. It's not every day you see Piper Niven pulling out a Canadian destroyer out of nowhere. Back and forth we go between both women. And now using that MMA agility. Back and forth we go. Piper Niven just running right through Sonya Deville. And there's that stiff spear that she wasn't able to connect with earlier on tonight. And no, not another one. No, another vicious knee strike. But look at Piper Niven rolling out of the way so that Sonya couldn't try to go for the pinfall like she did earlier on in the matchup. That is a great thing to see for Piper, realizing where she was at in this matchup, going, hey, I better roll out the way right now or it's going to be possibly game over for me. Still to come tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is that massive main event. Will Pretty Deadly put the best of 5 series away tonight with a win? They are up 2-1 currently. This is a normal tag team matchup. Pretty Deadly will have to out-wrestle the Creed brothers to advance to NXT Stand and Deliver to take on the Undisputed Era. Oh goodness, is Piper Niven just dragged down by her hair. And again, Sonya Deville, she has been hitting these perfectly all night tonight. And I don't know if Piper Niven can survive this matchup anymore if she continues to take head strikes like that, unless she starts to block them. Because those damage right to the temple, that is absolutely massive. Look at these kicks from Sonya into a clothesline. And now Piper's going to need a miracle to kick out at this time. 1, 2, 3. Sonya Deville continues to grow, and she will be going to NXT Stand and Deliver and joining that big card there for Stand and Deliver. Joining up with Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, and also Nikita Lyons. And that will be it for the qualifying matches tonight. That I believe we get closer to your main event, ladies and gentlemen. Who will win the matchup? Will Diamond Mine be able to keep themselves in this series, make it a 2-2 situation, or will it be Pretty Deadly officially going to Stand and Deliver to challenge for the Tag Team Championships? And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is your main event time. Diamond Mine is going to have to step up tonight for this fight to make this a 2-2 tie going into next week. If they don't win this matchup, Pretty Deadly will go on to face Undisputed Era. We've seen a little bit of everything in this best of 5 so far in these 3 matches. This will be the 4th matchup. The 3 matches we've seen from the likes of a Steel Cage match, Extreme Rules matchup, Tornado Tag Team matchup. We've seen a little bit of everything, but now this is a pure wrestling matchup. Only one superstar can be in the ring at the same time as their opponent. Something is going to have to give tonight, man. It's a big opportunity for Pretty Deadly to, stop focusing on Diamond Mine, and they can focus on the Tag Team Championships. But the Creed brothers are not going to go down without a fight, as there is Pretty Deadly, former NXT Tag Team Champions. Kit Wilson, Elton Prince would love to get themselves to get the grandest stage of NXT's whole existence, that being NXT Stand and Deliver. They've seemed like they've been very confident throughout that tables matchup that we saw recently, not last week obviously, but the week before, where we saw Creed brothers put them through a table that was absolutely nasty, man. Especially how to put them through the table like that. That was absolutely awesome. But we'll see if this best of 5 series will continue tonight. Certainly the Undisputed Era will be watching this matchup very, very closely. Because right now, Adam Page, Adam Cole been kind of trying to keep themselves occupied until this championship matchup is made official. It would make sense to see Pretty Deadly and the Undisputed Era at Stand and Deliver, since we didn't get that matchup recently. But like I said, it's all going to come down to this, ladies and gentlemen. Will they get their full-on tag team matchup? NXT Deadline, we saw the Triple Threat Tornado tag team matchup where Undisputed Era retained. But this is going to be a whole different ball game. If it's an actual tag team matchup, it will be anyone's ball game once we get there to Hollywood, California in 3 weeks' time. And you gotta be absolutely feeling it for the Creed brothers, because right now they're gonna be desperate. Because down 2-1, hopefully, obviously they're not gonna get dirty. You gotta believe, but certainly everything is against them at this moment. Referee officially rings the bell. We're going to start off with Brutus and Kit Wilson from their respective teams here. And oh, look at these big haymakers. Kit Wilson getting aggressive here early. And why not? Try to use it to your advantage. Use different strategies throughout. And I like Adam Pearce making this a normal tag team matchup for these two tag teams. We've seen a lot of everything from Extreme Rules matchups, Tornado tag team matches, the table matchup we've seen, the steel cage matchup. So certainly, and when I'm talking about the Extreme Rules matchup, that is the tag team matchup that we saw a couple weeks back. Then we obviously saw the tables matchup, then the steel cage matchup last week. So certainly having a good old-fashioned tag team wrestling matchup. This is definitely going to be in the game of both teams, just saying, hey, you literally gotta out wrestle your opponent. You can't use any weapons to your advantage. If they decide to use any steel chairs or any weapons or anything of the such, it will get them disqualified. And I really doubt the Creed brothers would do that. Pretty Deadly for sure, I believe, would do something like that as they connect with a gut-wrench suplex there from Julius. And oh goodness, do you see that elbow strike? The camera view of that wasn't the best, but certainly that was not going to be feeling too good against that temple of Elton Prince. And with that WWE draft coming up very, very soon, I think these two tag teams certainly could be up there with being high picks in the draft, ladies and gentlemen. I certainly do believe it. Creed brothers, very talented. Yes, they have not won the tag team championships in their career, but they've had certainly some massive, massive matches. They've impressed lots and lots of people with what they've brought to the table. So I believe whoever is able to pick up the Creed brothers, they very well could pick up a massive steal in the tag team division. Because I definitely see them as tag team champions. They just gotta, continue to work their asses off in the gym, in the middle of this ring, and get themselves opportunity after opportunity. Ooh, right there, that left knee area. Oh, that's not going to be a yes boy moment for Elton Prince for sure. As now Brutus, again, the big man of the group with that power and strength being on display. Can the Creed brothers keep this up? As here we go with the hot tag. Here comes Kit Wilson. The big spinning uppercut there. And just like that, taking down Brutus. He is bleeding. He is out of it. But now here comes Julius. But he eats a fancy uppercut as well. Pretty Deadly has the momentum. Can they continue that momentum that they have from the steel cage matchup? Cannot use their environment to their advantage. I mean, yes, they could probably use the barricades and all that stuff to their advantage if they really wanted to, but certainly the weapons play a whole different, mindset, different mindsets and everything like that. As Kit Wilson kind of playing too long up top there in that top rope, and now Julius is going to try to make him pay. Look at that strength and power of Julius as well. And now here comes Kit Wilson coming after the brother of Julius Creed, taking down Brutus. I think that was smart by Kit Wilson. I hate to admit that, but certainly taking out the diamond mine there as much as you can to make it maybe a 2-on-1 situation if they could. Julius is fired up. He is pumped as a big spear there takes down Kit Wilson. Both these men need to start getting themselves back inside the ring to avoid a countout. We've already had that one earlier on tonight, being told Blair Davenport is fine. She's still undergoing some tests, but from what we understand from the testing that she has taken so far, no concussions, no nothing like that. So if there's any injuries, it might be minor, but from what we understand, Blair Davenport, it will be just fine. If I do hear something different from what we just heard just now, I will let you know. But it sounds like she is doing just fine, which is good. Even if you don't like her or you do like her, seeing someone get injured like that, it's something scary for sure. That spinning uppercut takes down Julius, and now Elton Prince going to be looking to maybe put away this matchup here. Oh, big elbow to the chest. Why not try to dissect Julius as much as you can? And it's not going to be easy to put away a man like Julius. You can see it already here. Oh, stomping on that hand, ladies and gentlemen. That's not going to be feeling too good whatsoever. And now Prince off the rope, going for that leg drop once again. Going to go for the pinfall. Will this be it? But Julius with a strong kick out there, and the matchup will continue. Pretty Deadly cannot get frustrated right here, though. They know it's been tough to face these guys and even have the advantage over them in this matchup. It's another strong kick out from Julius. Elton Prince, he does look a little frustrated, but certainly just trying to keep the Creed brothers at bay right now before trying to put them down. If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. We are officially 3 weeks away from Stand and Deliver. And will we find out who is going to take on Undisputed ERA tonight? If Pretty Deadly win, they are going on to Stand and Deliver. But if not, the matchups will continue and the finals will be next week. It would be tied 2-2. But the Creed brothers have to figure out something quickly here, because it has not been their game so far tonight. Uh-oh. Looking for maybe a double shoulder tackle, double spear here. Double shoulder tackle takes down Kit Wilson. Wilson is in trouble here. Brutus lining him up. Here we go. We saw this last week inside of the steel cage. Bam! Over the head slam. Is this it? 2. Ooh, strong kick out from Kit Wilson. Prince would have been there no matter what as well. And uh-oh. This ain't good. Brutus. Oh, goodness. I don't know if it was more of a headbutt or whatever it was supposed to be. He didn't get all of it. But, I mean, if not, then try to go for the pinfall, I suppose. But, oh, goodness. We've seen these strikes before from Brutus. They are absolutely brutal, especially right to the temple, the left side of the skull. That will not be feeling too good. And now Brutus looking to go high risk. Oh, no, he went for the cannonball. That was not the best idea. Obviously, Kit Wilson was way too far in to even try that. But right now, I think that blood may be getting in the eye of Mr. Brutus there to really kind of blur his vision, as now we do have the bear hug to Elton Prince. Prince may need to tap out here. Can somehow, he probably could grab that top rope, but now Prince able to get out of it. Yes, he does. Oh, into a big clothesline, and now the matchup is at a stalemate, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty Deadly have, I would say, have had more of the advantage in this matchup compared to Diamond Mine, but Diamond Mine continue to scratch and claw. And it looks like Elton Prince may be going for the tag. Yes, he will. He'll get Kit Wilson in here. Oh, and another flying uppercut. Continues to work out in their advantage, so why not use it to your advantage in these type of situations? Oh, look at that bear hug maneuver, big time maneuver. It kind of looks very similar to what we've seen closely before, just a little bit a different variation there. And now spear to the outside, and Pretty Deadly could be moments away from walking out, ladies and gentlemen, with not only a massive win, but also a win tonight gets them against the Undisputed ERA. A matchup a lot of people would love to see. I'd love to see the Creed brothers get an opportunity against the Undisputed ERA, but certainly with how this matchup is looking, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know for sure if we will for sure get that. And now Brutus digging down deep, trying to fight as that blood just drips down in his face and maybe even to in his eyes that are even messing with his visionary, especially on that right side. Looks like it's like right above his I believe, yeah, right above his right eye. Now into the corner. Here we go with the hot tag. Let's see what these guys are thinking about doing. Oh, nice fireman's carry takedown. It may not be the flashiest move of all time, but it certainly will help out, dish out some damage. What I was trying to say for Brutus is that his eyebrow certainly will, in that area, that's look like where the cut's coming from. Julius now needs to figure out some type of offense. That certainly will help out that standing drop kick. And now Julius high risk, high reward situation. Going for that moonsault. It didn't work out in his favor. And now Pretty Deadly gonna look to use it to their advantage here. This may be the moment Pretty Deadly needs. Here we go with a tag. Let's see how these Yes Boy do it. Looking for a double team maneuver. Oh, nice shoulder bump takedown. Yes Boy. Oh, they're not done yet. Here we go. Leg drop and splash combination. And now Prince gonna look to put away Julius here. And now has him up. Oh, big takedown there. And oh, right here. Bam! He just stole Julius's maneuver. Is this it? 1, 2, 3. Brutus could not stop it in time, and Pretty Deadly just stole Julius's finishing maneuver to get themselves a matchup against the Undisputed Champion, against Adam Cole, or I should say the Undisputed, against the Undisputed Era Tag Team Championship at Stand and Deliver. Pretty Deadly, Undisputed Era matchup we didn't get to see in a rematch. We saw it in a triple threat matchup there at Deadline. But tonight, Pretty Deadly are officially going to Stand and Deliver. Congratulations to the Yes Boys. Can only imagine how these guys will fare against Adam Cole and Adam Page. And look at Kit Wilson just enjoying this situation here. Doesn't realize what's going on here. Big time lariat, buckshot lariat from Adam Page, taking down Kit Wilson. Oh, another big boot there, ladies and gentlemen. Page taking out the competition. And it looks like Kit Wilson is being taken to the woodshed. But it also looks like Adam Cole and Elton Prince are going at it outside this very ring, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Page now. Oh no, I can only imagine what this is going to look like. Flying cross body didn't work out in his favor, but luckily for him, he still has plenty of time to go back to work here. Certainly, Pretty Deadly had to believe this was going to happen. They're taking on two big-name superstars, Adam Cole and Adam Page here in NXT. Adam Page, suicide dive through the metal rope, laying waste to Kit Wilson. Looks like the fight is continuing up here on the ramp area, and both men continuing to bring the fight. Adam Cole and Elton Prince here going at it. We just saw Adam Page taking out Kit Wilson. Elton Prince trying to fight off the Undisputed Era, the Tag Team Champions, but it may be too much for them tonight here on NXT. Oh no, a Canadian Destroyer right here on that hard concrete. Are you kidding me, Adam Cole? Oh, this is just horrific, ladies and gentlemen. This is not what you want to see from your NXT Tag Team Champion. We knew it was going to be an all-out brawl leading into NXT TakeOver, but damn it, man. The challengers have just came in here and been decimated by their champions.